everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Car Talks. Yeah, we're here for another episode, and we're gonna jump right into it. We are actually headed to the gym today, so when we're done doing this, that's where we're headed. And I'm already tired, but I'm going anyway because consistency is the key. All right, but yeah.
Let's go. No, you choose this time.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
I was right.
No, you were. I forgot and took it off already.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this question says, what do you think people need to know about each other before they get married?
Oh, man. That's a good question for both of us. I feel like, I don't know, we need to know, like, our different habits, like, you know, things that we do that we think may annoy our spouse, or things that we just how we live, because you know, when you get married, you're living with that person. Like in my class today, where our discussion was on like marriage and stuff, and how to like, you know, maintain a good marriage and stuff, and how people maintain a good marriage, and how, you know, how marriages fail in the long run. And something my teacher had mentioned was that, you know, you're living with that person. Just say like you get married in your 20s. For the next 50 years, just think about it that way. For the next 50 years, you're gonna be living with that person. Every day you got to come home to that person, you know. You got to live with that person. So you got to make sure that person, like, you know, you just got to make sure that, you know, that you know, like, what you're getting yourself into before you get into.
I would say, I mean, if I could sum it up in like maybe like a few like things to look for, I would say need to know is somebody's temperament. Like, how do they handle different situations? You know, how do they handle a situation when they're angry or annoyed or upset? You know, how they deal with grief even.
Yeah.
So yeah, knowing somebody's temperament is huge, because if you know, a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, there are people out there who put on a pretty good act, and when they get married, you know, it's like, that's how you also hear all these stories on like what's that channel, like Discovery ID or whatever, like I married a murderer and they didn't know.
People settle. People settle too. Like, people would be like some people would think, oh, like, I don't have, like, if I don't marry this person, like, who am I gonna marry type mindset. And you don't need to have that mindset, because you don't know if you're gonna be happy. Like, you really don't know if you're gonna be happy. I feel like, you know, I think also like couples need to maintain friendship as well. Like, you really need to maintain your friendship and your relationship, because while you're in a relationship, you know, you can be in a relationship and like hate that person.
I don't even know then why be in it,
because people settle. And yeah, you could be in a relationship and you could hate that person, and like, but you're just settling because you're afraid that if you don't settle, you're not gonna have somebody in your life. But you just need to maintain like that friendship. Like, make sure y'all still go on dates. Make sure y'all still, you know, make sure both parties are okay. Like, let's just say if somebody, you know, if somebody has something to do at work, like some important meeting or something, you check up on that person at work and make sure that meeting went well. Like, just make people like feel like you still care.
Well, yeah, because I would say that points more to like knowing love languages, right?
Yeah.
That would seem like that will fall into that area. Another thing I would say is I think I don't know. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a deal breaker, but I think having a good idea of this can help because it helps you know like what the expectations are and how to even improve upon it. But know someone's like you know like fiscal responsibility. You know like how they handle money and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know when you think about credit and stuff like that, all that stuff. You know, it factors in when you want, you know, where you want a new car, a new home, whatever. And when they come into money, like how do they handle that? Are they able to set something aside or do they invest? Do they just, you know, live it up and spend it all? You know, like that's
important.
Yeah, all that stuff is important because a lot of marriages fail because of like financial hardships.
Because once you get married, your spouse debt is your debt too. Like that becomes your responsibility as well. And so like Corbin said, you have to make sure like that person is financially stable. And financially smart as well. Yeah,
because I think and the only reason I said that I don't know if it's a deal breaker is because I think people, you know, can learn, you know, new habits. Because even like with issues about temperament, you know, maybe they do need therapy or something like that, you know, and work through some things. So all these are kind of like, you know, they're kind of like flags, but they're not necessarily like stop U-turns. They're definitely things to like pay attention to, you know, and take serious notice of and kind of work from there. And if, you know, if things can trend in a better direction, then, you know, that maybe that gives you more hope. And then if things are stagnant or even getting worse or regressing, then, you know, that's another sign too that maybe this is not really an ideal commitment, you know.
So this is my question. Do you think, like, we've been together for 5 years, but we never lived together, of course. But do you think we know each other's temperament? Like, okay, do you feel like you know my temperament?
Yeah. I can't think of every single last scenario to say, like, you know, I've seen this or seen that, you know, from you or whatever. But I have a general sense because, like, you know, we've often shared a lot of things that even other people don't know between each other, and you know, and just through how not only we respond to one another, but how we interact with others, like even something like with driving.
Yeah.
Where you're definitely much more, I feel like, quick to get aggravated, and your thing is that you show it. Because even though I might be aggravated, I don't readily show it all the time. Because like at first it's kind of like it's like an eye roll kind of aggravation, and then it's just like, well, like, you know, nothing terrible happens, so I'm not gonna stress myself over it.
Oh man, he is so worried about the way I drive. He always like, I'm very concerned.
I am concerned.
Because the thing about it is, on my car, I have really dark tints, so nobody can see me actually like yelling and fussing. But trust me, I get angry. Like, if people do stupid stuff on the road, it really aggravates me, and he is really concerned. Like, I feel like he feels like I'm gonna get into like a road rage incident one day.
Well, I mean, I just tell you, be careful, because, you know.
But they can't see me though.
No, but if you honk, like, man, listen.
I don't honk though.
No, you don't honk that
I don't honk.
You only honk at lights, which that's pretty much the only place I tend to honk too. If people take too long. But I'm just saying, like, people are crazy, you know?
People are crazy. I don't listen. I be yelling in my car, but I would never get out.
But it's not even, I mean, there's that. But it's also, but my main gripe about your driving is the speeding. Because I'm like,
I speed.
I'm like, bro, like, speed limit is 45 on the street. Like, you're doing 65. Like, I know everybody else is kind of moving too, but like, if you get pulled over, you really don't have an excuse.
I know. I already know I was speeding. But the thing is, sometimes I don't even be realizing that I be speeding. Like, I just speed.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Like, you should realize, you should know, have a general sense of where you are in terms of your speed. Because, I shouldn't even tell how fast he's going when he's going to Orlando.
Oh man.
We got there in record time.
No, we did not. We got there in the time that we were supposed to get there.
We didn't get. We didn't.
Because I was moving at the pace of the traffic in front of me. So if the traffic in front of me is speeding too, I'm gonna speed too. The traffic in front of me was going fast.
No, there were stretches where you were leaving traffic behind.
It was people following me.
But I do feel like we do know each other's temperaments.
I know Corbin's temperaments. I do. I know when he don't want to do nothing. I know when he's aggravated. I just know. It's all in the way he talks. Just listen to the way he talks and you will know. Because I be asking him, you sound tired. Or you sound like you don't want to do that. And he'll tell me straight out, I don't, but... I think we'll be okay. Like, we're going to be just fine living with each other. We'll be fine. Because we honestly like the same stuff. So, like, if we don't want to go up somewhere, we both would be like, babe, you want to go there? No. And we'd be like, all right, we're going.
No, I mean, yeah, I do think we do have similar temperaments. It's just that I think I'm definitely much more patient than you are. And I think that's one key difference. So look at that. You losing patience already. Look at that.
I'm not losing patience. I'm just like, I think I'm patient.
You think so?
I do. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. That's good. It's good to have a good self-image of yourself.
No, we're gonna be just fine. I promise. We're gonna be just fine. I mean, I know people say, like, you know, people are gonna continue to stress the issue, like, no, y'all haven't lived with each other yet. But I think we'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, you know, what, like, you know, I guess it's like, what does any married couple know really before they actually start living with each other?
No.
You know, and when you finally do, you know, of course, there's gonna be stuff that's like, oh my gosh, I never knew that.
Yeah, but I know so much about Corbin, like, to the point where I don't think anything is going to surprise me about him when we move together. Like, because we've had a long-term relationship, a long-term dating relationship. So it's like, it's not like, you know, we got together one year and the next year we were married. You know what I'm saying? So I know, like, so much about him. Like, I already know. He should know what my pet peeve is. I say,
it comes down to the pet peeves.
Yeah. He already knows what that is. You know what it is. It's something you do that I absolutely hate. And every time I see you doing it, I slap your hand.
Oh, you talking about biting my finger?
Yep. That is my pet peeve about him. Because all you be hearing over there is smacking. And I'm just like, can you stop biting your fingers? I honestly don't know what Corbin's pet peeve is about me. He's never told me. I don't do anything to have a pet peeve. So. Look at you. You was over there thinking hard. No, don't be looking at me like that now.
No, a pet peeve. My thing is like, my thing is always about fairness, right? So it's like, I don't necessarily have I mean, I guess that would be my pet peeve. Is like, hey, if you're gonna respond that way or whatever, then make it fair, right? So it's like, if you, so like, for example, like, you know, you would say you get occupied while we're on the phone and something calls your attention. You know, I might sit there for a while, like a good 20 minutes or so, 15, whatever, how long it is, or maybe even 10 minutes waiting for you to come back. I'm going for 3 minutes. She already hung up. I'm like, what? I was coming right back. Like, you can't wait just a few minutes Jeez Louise.
That's where my patience level comes in. I'm not patient, y'all. I lied. I'm not patient. I do not like to wait. I don't like to wait for things. Like, if we go somewhere and it's a long line, I do not like to wait in line. I would look at the line and be like, can we go somewhere else? Like, that's just me. Like, it was one time we went to a event at Extreme Action Park, and I thought I was going to lose my mind because we was waiting in that line for like 2 hours. And that's not me.
3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours. And that's not me. Like, I don't like waiting, so I thought I was going to lose my mind because I'm just not patient at all. But I thought you was gonna honestly say your pet peeve about me is that if something is wrong with me, I never like initially come out and say it.
No, but I do the same thing.
He does do the same thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing. But
that's why I say a lot of the stuff that we do are we're similar.
But I will say this: like, say if you get agitated about something, right? Then obviously we have to have some kind of conversation for reconciliation, whatever. But if I get upset, like, you get upset that I'm upset. And it's like, wait a minute. Like, that's not even right.
Listen, we ain't come talk about relationship problems, okay?
I'm just...
Nah, I don't got no problems.
I think that's I would say that's probably just my biggest... I don't even know if I call it a pet peeve, but that's my biggest, like, thing. It's like, let's try to treat each other fairly and give each other the same, respect that,
It's a disclaimer, though. We don't get in arguments often. So it's like, this stuff, if it happens, it's like once every blue moon. And it's like, it's done. We're the type, we get over it. So, like, okay, for instance, like, I was mad, right, last week. I was a little upset because Corbin did not specify if we were meeting at the gym. And so I drove almost all the way to his house and past the gym. And then he texts me like, are you inside? And I'm like, am I inside of what? And he's like, the gym. And I'm like, no, I'm almost to your house. Like, that kind of made me mad. So I was a little upset when we got to the gym. But then, like, in the middle of the work, I was just like, this is so stupid. Like, I don't need to be upset about this.
So, in fairness, I did not specify, which I probably should have clarified. Because it would have it just obviously would have avoided all the unnecessary aggravation anyway. Mm-hmm. But in fairness, we also did it. We did not specify that day that we were meeting at the gym, and the facts are that you actually passed the gym to get to my house.
Yes, but we never. Okay, this is the thing. This is my thing, and this is what I was trying to. Y'all tell me if I'm right. We never met at the gym before. We've always met at Corbin's house, and so if you don't specify that we are actually meeting at the gym, then, like, you can't automatically assume that I would know that because he didn't even tell me when he was leaving his house. He just left. And so you can't expect me to automatically assume that you're at the gym and I don't know. Like,
now, and with that, the times we did meet at my house, we make sure to specify that. Except for the times where you were coming from your house, which obviously you wouldn't pass the gym before getting to my house. So that makes sense.
Yes, but babe, come on now. We've never met at the gym. We've met at your house before, so I didn't think it needed to be specified because we met at your house before. We never met at the gym. But we've met at your house. You can't automatically assume, okay, I'm about to pass the gym. Maybe Corbin's there. I don't know, but I'm going to just go. And automatically, because what if you would have still been home and I went straight to the gym? You'd have been like, I thought we were meeting at the house because this is what we always do. Like, you got to put yourself in my shoes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think overall the mistake was made that we never specified either one.
Yeah, but I feel like yours more.
But So we were thinking from two different, logical perspectives. It's like, so for me, it was like, okay, she's got to pass the gym, so it would make sense that she would just go there and we would meet there. You're thinking we've met here to go to the gym, so
yeah. And then I'm thinking like, okay, we've met at Corbin House to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. Either way it goes, I still have to pass Corbin House to go home. So it does not matter if I go to his house or meet him at the gym. Because either way it goes, I still have to pass your house to get on the highway. And so I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll meet Corbin at his house and then we go back to the gym. But, yeah, that's over, y'all. And that was one thing, like, yes, that's it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Car Talks. We want you guys to tell us what you need to know before you marry a person. I hope I'm saying the question right.
Yeah. What?
If not, we're going to put it down in the description box below. And we also want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Share this with everyone you know. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So please share this video with everyone you know. We would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.
Smiles, everyone.